Hey there, Tundra Nation. You know what? I've been skirting around a certain issue for a long time. Every once in a while, there is a gun that seems to just transcend the planes of reality and find its way into some sort of legendary status where everyone wants one and there's nothing you can do to change their minds. I'm not talking about guns that have their fanboy followings or guns that people love for their usefulness in a variety of situations. Sure, you've got Glocktards, you've got AR fanboys, and you have the degenerates who can't get enough of the AK. I'm looking at you, Brandon.
Why don't you just lose my number, all right?
Oof. I'm talking about a single firearm that is held in a revered state of perfection, regardless of its flaws. Its concept has been created, recreated, and reimagined a million times, but it's never been seriously updated, and the original model is one of the most sought-after specimens of its kind. Today, ladies and gents, I am going to tell you why the MP5 sucks, and why, if you like it, you too are a complete moron. You know who else are complete morons? Bubbas. And with the help of our newest sponsor, Sonoran Desert Institute, we can help rid the world of these hacksaw-happy cretins. If you're ready to put down the Dremel and take a real career on in the firearms industry, check out Sonoran Desert Institute and their classes on gun repair, ballistics, and shooting sports management. You can find them over at sdi.edu and get started today. All right, first, let's get into a little bit of Tundra-fueled history. This pistol caliber carbine was introduced in the mid-1950s and has continued to suck harder than Lena Paul ever since.
Nice.
You know what else was loved in the 1950s? The metric system, poodle skirts, polka music for whatever reason, and segregation. Yes, the MP5 is basically as bad as segregation. This may come as a shock to you, but we can slap the old Tundra guarantee on this information by answering the simple question,
What?
how about the sight for starters? The MP5 comes with a diopter sight smaller than the paychecks from my AdSense account. For a gun that's meant to be used in close quarters combat, I'm thinking you might actually want a sight that you could use quickly. This is clearly a case where the sauerkraut garglers at H&K thought they could get back at us for mopping the floor with their asses during World War II by tricking us into using a gun that can't be aimed properly. Not only is this thing small, but it's unintuitive to use. Now, if you're some sort of Rain Man running around out there with a beautiful mind, you might be able to figure out how to eventually put lead on target. But I've met some people who want the MP5, and if they're any indication of the average MP5 shooter, then I'm sure they're going to be way too busy drooling on themselves and trying to understand why the dude from Blue's Clues looks different to figure the gun out.
I'm surrounded by stupids!
Okay, sure, you can use the famous G-Claw mounting system to drop an optic on it. Here's the problem with that though. It's a total piece of trash. The only thing that's less reliable than this system is my writer when I ask him to help me come up with new video ideas. I mean, I guess it holds an optic on the gun, but after that, it's basically about as worthless as Stevie Wonder with a lightsaber.
What did you say?
Do you like a mounting system that holds a zero when you replace them?
It's a doc with a boner drag weeds.
10-4, good buddy.
Cool, me too. Then why do you like this gun? Because I'm telling you right now, it just doesn't work. When you make a mounting system out of literal garbage you find lying around, it should come as no surprise that it changes size at roughly the same rate as my beanbag when exposed to fluctuating temperatures.
That is gross!
When the heat caused by using a gun as intended causes the optics mount to change to the point where it wanders like a drunken tourist at Disney World, you'd think that a gun manufacturer would realize that they've got a crappy idea. Now, before we get into the really spicy content, make sure to check out our Twitch channel over at twitch.tv/Tundra Gaming Live, where we stream 7 days a week. So if you're looking for more Tundra content, that is going to be the place to be. Now, who doesn't want that satisfying experience of slapping the charging handle after a mag change? Statistics show that most people will instantly feel 7 times more badass when successfully pulling it off in front of the girl they took to the range on a date after renting one of these bad boys. You know what else looks really cool and can get you laid? The ability to do a backflip. Now tell me, How many times has the ability to do a backflip ever come in handy to anyone other than the people acting in a kung fu movie?
Never!
Think about it for a minute. I'll wait. And if thinking is too difficult, by the way, don't be ashamed of who you are. That's your parents' job.
Wait, what did you just say to me?
I mean, come on, tilt lock? Are you kidding me? Is that really how we want to keep our bolts locked open? Also, I dare you to attempt a tactical reload. You can't do it. You need to break contact with the gun to activate the charging handle, and there is no last round bolt hold open. This is basically a requirement on any modern tactical or self-defense firearm on the market. Maybe it wasn't back in the 50s, but it does not take Captain Obvious to point out that, boy, it ain't the 50s anymore. Haha, yes, this one is sure to get people fired up faster than the cancel culture crowd jumping on the next celebrity bandwagon. Roller delayed blowback.
Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm.
Okay, I will admit this system works moderately well and it's relatively smooth. Good luck replacing those rollers when they wear out though. Also, it's expensive to build and expensive to maintain. This is not a cost-effective or efficient design. I can literally buy a complete bolt carrier group for less than what I can buy a new set of rollers for on this antiquated gun equivalent of Randy Quaid. Why are people so in love with this design? I'll never know. It seems to have no benefits when compared to a rotating bolt or even a toggle lock. If you're currently in the comments section writing a novel-length explanation about all the benefits of roller delay blowback, just remember, I can eat a can of alphabet soup and crap better arguments out than yours.
Nice execution.
You're doing terrific.
Basically, this design looks like a big brain move when you rip out some schematics, but essentially it takes the bolt, treats it like a hammer, and costs 5 times more than Stoner's rotating bolt design. Oh, and for you guys that still live in the dark ages and think that direct impingement sucks and you'd rather have a piston gun, you're gonna be really upset when you realize this design will absolutely cause more filth to accumulate than any club that still allows Cardi B to enter.
Wow.
Next question, why 9mm? Okay, I know, I get it, NATO and all that, and don't get me wrong, I do love 9mm when it's in a pistol or when I'm shredding pizza boxes in the gravel pit trying to look like John Wick. But when you put a 9mm into a 6-inch barrel, you're losing any perceived benefit you might have had over 45 or 10mm. 9mm is going to penetrate way more out of a 6-inch barrel than it's going to do out of a 2 or 3-inch barrel, so you might as well go with the 10mm if you don't care. Or go with the 45 if you actually do care about not punching a hole straight through your target, especially when you're practically stuck using FMJ rounds to allow this thing to feed properly. If you're rappelling from the ceiling of a mall about to T-zone some Terrys with an MP5, you're gonna blast right through the back of their torso harder than a teenager on prom night, and probably wreck somebody else's day. Also, like, prom night, please don't ask. Really though, it all comes down to one thing. What are you gonna actually use the damn thing for? The MP5 and really any other subgun, they're just gonna fill a very niche role. Sure, they're cool as hell, but think of all the characters that Seth Rogen plays in his movies. He can accurately portray everything from the loud guy who smokes a lot of weed to a loud guy who just smokes some weed. That's about the same diversity of roles you can expect from the MP5. If a subgun fits the very specific role you want a firearm for, that's awesome, man, but you can do that with at least a dozen other subguns as well. And most every single one of them, other than the MP5 of course, comes with this really cool feature that was invented for people who have hands called ergonomics. These other subguns often come with special features such as usable sights, reliable mounting systems, and an affordable price. Seriously, I would hands down prefer almost any other modern offering over this poop sandwich. And with all that said, well, damn it, I'd still buy one. Thanks, HK.
What?
If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to check out these two cripplers right here, and don't forget to join us next week when we still don't know what the f we're doing.